What's going on, everybody? Let's see what's happening. What's happening? All right, we got. Let's talk about Giannis real fast, man. J Pop, what up, man? No, you probably got school, so um, I'm gonna be mindful of that. I don't know why the sound is still. What are you thinking? You think the Warriors most likely because they have a lot of assets? So it says the Warriors have a 2026, 2028, 2032 plus a top 20 pick in 2030. To Washington if it falls between, 21 and under. Yeah, you feel like that's a good fit. Those two. Kaminga and Pajimski. I think that's fair. My only challenge is like I honestly don't think it's a bad idea. What do you think about Houston? Put him and Kevin Durant together. They might have to. They might have to throw Butler in there. Yeah, because they're saying because of the salary. The main challenge I'm seeing with them is the fact that I don't know if Giannis himself wants to go there. And the Heat. Yeah. I mean, I know he probably love to go to New York. You know what I mean? You put him in New York. I mean, you probably have to swap Cat out, and I mean, not sure the whole pick situation, like draft pick situation in New York. I know they did like a tribute, right? They did like a tribute. Um, like a tribute to Atlanta. Wow, Atlanta, that would be rough. Oh, I don't want to say it's rough, but um, yeah, they lost by a lot, right? Yeah, they lost by a lot. Um, Cleveland slammed them. Crazy enough, Cleveland's kind of coming back though. Tyson, yeah, had like 11, right? Yeah, nobody really did much. Yeah, nobody really did much for the Lakers. Um, and that's kind of surprised. Like the Cavs are kind of figuring it out. I don't think like I don't know how they're doing it without Mobley and Garland. I mean, I feel like Tyson is playing well. Dylan, what up? How you doing, Dylan? Who's your team? I feel like without those guys, they've been trying, but I feel like the Sixers might be like a sleep. You're a Lakers. Yeah, J Pop messes with the Lakers too. He likes the Lakers and the Dallas Mavs. Yeah, I mean, if he's going down, yeah, that's not good. That's not good if he's injured because he's kind of been like the only one carrying them right now. I mean, I say it on here every time, but they need Austin Reeves back. Speaking of Giannis, I think the Philadelphia 76ers might be an interesting play because if you noticed in the past few weeks, look at Joel Embiid's production, right? He's gone back to almost being like the same player he used to be, right? Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool. Um, is Drew Smith back? Yeah, he's playing. I mean, there was a few guys. They had like a few. Yeah, no, that's an interesting point though that you make. I gotta check. I gotta look out for. Oh yeah, Pistons. Yeah, you're more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're Lakers and Pistons. Yeah, my bad. But I think Embiid might be on the block because I just feel like his they've been using him a lot more lately. He's been playing well. I think if they can maybe swap him and Giannis. My only thing with Giannis is if I'm gonna blow up a team for Giannis, you got to be really, really careful because of the way he plays. It's very tricky for other players to play with Giannis. One and two, if you look at Giannis's history, there's been a lot of injuries in the around playoff time. So there's not a lot of deep playoff runs if you're gonna trash a team to get him. No, he has been. He has been. So I imagine they're looking to shop him because if you can get his trade value back up, you're probably going to shop him because like I want to see if I can look at his field goal attempts. But as of late, all right, there we go. You know, 22 shot attempts against Cleveland, 19 against Houston, 21 against the Knicks, 24 against Milwaukee. So he's been getting his shot attempts when he's been playing. And he's been playing well. He hasn't looked 100% healthy, but a lot of times he just doesn't look 100% healthy. It's just like the way he moves. Paul George with a good game, 15 points, 4 assists. Maxey doing what Maxey does, 32 points, 7 assists. Maxey's in. Do I think he'll get traded before the deadline? Oof, that's a good question. Yeah, that's honestly a good question. I mean, man, I think I think he's gone though. I think the deadline is gonna. I think that's gonna be the end of Giannis in Milwaukee. You know, yeah, I don't think he'll be there. Uh, who's my favorite player? My favorite player is probably. I mean, most of the guys that I like aren't like super big name players. I like Jose Alvarado. But as far as like the big name players, probably Kevin Love. Paul George averaging 20 plus. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna yeah, I don't think he's gonna average that again. He probably could if he played for like, Sacramento or something like that where they just let him go off, but yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I think they have to because if if I'm correct, I mean, you can't let him walk away for nothing, you know? I feel like they can't let him just walk away and yeah, it's just going to be too tough to kind of rebuild outside of that. I mean, they're going to have to rebuild anyway, and the reality of it is who knows if Milwaukee will ever be able to draft a guy like that again to be able to build a contender, but he got them the title, so that's kind of he did his job. Yeah, I know. I feel like Jared McCain he's a good player. I hope he could get back healthy and they could figure out like a nice little role for him. Um, I imagine he won't be back to 100% this year, but maybe by next year. Maybe even if it's not with the Sixers, like figure out a role for him. I don't know if VJ Edgecombe is gonna stunt his growth, but yeah, honestly. I think he was the best rookie last year until he got hurt. Uh, all right, so we got Washington. I imagine Thanasis will go wherever Giannis goes. I imagine they're a package deal, but I honestly don't know. Good to see Will Riley getting some minutes. Hopefully, AJ Johnson gets some minutes. Champagne's solid. Who's this? Oh, Trey Johnson. Yeah, I really like Trey Johnson. I thought he would be getting more opportunities, especially since this team's not really playing for much. But Trey Johnson could really shoot that rock, man. Him and Con Knipple, I feel like are the well, they were considered the best two shooters in this draft. Um, Yeah, I agree. Jared McCain would have been rookie of the year. I agree on both those. I agree on that take. He's playing well. Thanasis. Yeah, I imagine Thanasis goes where his brother goes. Um, yeah, that's the team. You know, I don't know how much Thanasis is making though, but listen, I imagine there's some type of contractual situation there where they roll together. Uh, yeah, I'll go through a couple of these. I know you probably got school. Uh, Thompson, pretty much a decent overall game. It's still 7 minutes, a little under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. So this one's still kind of cooking. It could go either way. Kevin Durant with 16 and 3 assists, and Jalen Johnson. I imagine he's hurt, left calf tightness. That this is the only challenge with Jalen Johnson, right? They're betting the house. They're betting the farm on him. I think he's got to definitely be an all-star this year. Look at his numbers, insane numbers, right? The only challenge with Jalen Johnson is if you look at his career, right? He played 22 games his first year. He played 70 the second year, which is not bad, and then 56, and then 36. So like the amount of availability with Jalen Johnson has just been kind of like the challenge, but obviously a gifted player, um, and not just scoring the ball, just as an overall playmaker. He's averaging almost 8 assists a game, pretty much, and the shooting has gotten better at 35%, which isn't bad. I mean, he could probably shoot that at about 37, 38%, about 30, yeah, in that range. So, uh, oh, Thanasis, yeah, yeah, yeah. His career has been interesting. I remember though, like he always talks about it. Like he was a draft pick. He was a draft prospect before his brother was, and I remember he was drafted by the Knicks. But yeah, he doesn't play that much though. Um, for Houston, I imagine he'll pick it up. I imagine he'll pick it up and help Kevin Durant out. Jalen Johnson is a top 25 player. Yo, William Allen, what up, man? Yeah, I mean, J-Pop thinks it's the Golden State Warriors. Um, J-Pop definitely thinks Golden State Warriors. For me, Golden State's definitely a good option. I just don't know how he fits with that team. I don't think they've ever had a dynamic big man like that. What do you think? Yeah, yeah. It seems like Kaminga. They like Kaminga. Um, I think the Sixers might be a sleeper pick because if you could, put Paul George and Joel Embiid in a trade, that might not be that bad. Um, And of course, the Knicks. I feel like the Knicks are probably his number one destination. But you'd have to throw Cat in there. I imagine you throw in a draft pick or two, and you would have to throw in one of their wings. You have to throw in either OG or Mikal Bridges, but I imagine it will probably be Bridges before OG. The whole team gonna be gone except Draymond. Yeah, right. They're gonna have to trade everybody. Yeah, Embiid has been hooping. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Embiid's been hooping, and I think that's part of the strategy. You know what I mean? Because like now that Embiid's you got his stock back up. Look, he got 37. He's almost got a 40 ball. Like now that his stock is back up, his season averages are pretty good too. But his last 10 games, he's averaging 29. He's basically averaging 30, 90% from the free throw line, 52% from the field, 40% from three. So like his numbers are all the way up. So this is the best time to trade him if you're going to trade him because his stock value is high. Um. Oh yeah. God bless. God bless J Pop. Yeah, I know you got school. The Bucks don't like Cat. Oh shoot. Yeah. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem because I don't think they'll be able to do it without um I don't think they're gonna be able to do it without Cat in the mix, salary wise and just in general. Yeah, I mean, but my thing is, would you tear up a team to get Giannis though? Like if you're the Knicks or you're the Warriors or you're Philadelphia or you're Miami, like I don't know. You know, Atlanta, right? They're saying Atlanta's got a lot of pieces. Detroit, Detroit's prime. I mean, they got a lot of pieces. I don't know what their picks are looking like. And you put Giannis with Cade. I agree 100% on Miami. Miami, like Miami, like honestly, out of all those teams, I agree. Like Miami, what what is there to lose? You know what I mean? You run it with Giannis for like 2 seasons, just see what happens. You know what I'm saying? And you could maybe. What do you think about Atlanta? Boston would be crazy. Imagine Danny Ainge could pull that off, though. Imagine Danny Ainge could pull off getting Giannis. Imagine you could. I don't know how the money would work, but imagine if you could get Giannis, Jason Tatum, and Jalen Brown on the same team. You couldn't pay anybody else, but I don't even know if that they would be able to make the money work even without that because um you know you're paying what 200 You're paying two something to Jalen Brown, and you're paying two something to that's like that's like half a billion to Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum alone. Yo, that's what I'm. Yo, that would be crazy. Imagine Jason Tatum, Brown, and Giannis on the same team. That would be sick. Oh man, yeah. Boston would have to win a title with that. You have to like just throw whoever, just throw whoever at like center or something, or throw whoever at like I don't know. That'll be funny. Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's definitely a lot of money. Atlanta. The Spurs. Imagine the Spurs would be kind of interesting. Imagine imagine Wemby and Giannis on the Saints. There's a lot of weird little. The Spurs got a lot of pieces though. Like I don't know if I would touch the Spurs though, but they got a lot of pieces. They got Castle. They got unless you could do it with like Keldon Johnson and Keldon Johnson's been so loyal though. But Keldon Johnson and Vassell and maybe some draft picks. I don't know if that'll work. And then maybe De'Aaron Fox, but they got so many pieces though, because they got Fox. If if you're willing to part with Castle or Dylan Harper, oof, man, Spurs got a lot of things. Yeah, Giannis and Wemby would be like I don't even know what to say. That would be like the new school like Olajuwon and Ralph Sampson. Yeah, you trade Jalen Johnson. A lot of people are saying the Hawks. You trade Jalen Johnson. Yes, Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper. Amin Thompson, Reed Shepard. Houston's another interesting one. Some people saying just wait till the summer. Another interesting one, which I don't know if he'll like though. Like I just don't know if people will want to go from like these smaller markets to another small market, but Cleveland. But I just the health of a lot of these guys in Cleveland might be a bit of a challenge though. Oh, the Sixers ended up pulling that out. Washington. All right, I'll look at these. Skinny bro from the 404. What up, man? You're thinking so you're thinking the Hawks. Yeah, the Hawks kind of interesting. I mean, you trade Jalen Johnson. Um I wonder yeah, you trade him, Jalen Johnson, a whole bunch of draft picks. Um, Wait, where's the 404 though? Is that Georgia? It is Georgia. Okay, yeah, I thought I remember seeing that number in Georgia before. I do a lot of calls into to a lot of different states, just trying to sell. Yo, Don, what up, man? I know you probably got school. Um, J-pop just jumped off the. Uh, but I could try to run tomorrow. Hopefully, I can get on tomorrow. Or you think Milwaukee should try and find a way to just keep him on the roster? Has it been like better going? Have you been like happier going to school, or you were happier kind of staying home for a few days? Yeah, you've been at home. Yeah, no, I hear you. You got school tomorrow? Or are they gonna let you stay at home again? Uh, yeah, my bad. My bad. I don't know what happened. Um, yeah, no, that'll be a good idea if you can get if you keep Jalen Johnson and him. Maybe if the money works out. But the winter court game has been moved back to a different game, but the actual game is still on. I've got school tomorrow. Okay, yeah, if you got school tomorrow and you record the game, yeah, if you jump on the live, I'll try to come on tomorrow or Saturday. So if you have the game, I could react to it tomorrow or Saturday. I don't know why it's laggy like this. Tyrese Maxey had 40. Joel Embiid had what, 37? Paul George had 15. Okay. Yeah, if you go to the game and you record it, um let me know. But County Clash is against your rival? No, nice. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, enjoy the day of school if you can, man. Yeah, the main rival, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, that should be fun. I feel like everybody within the town, it'll be like a good little or well, not within the town, but I guess within the county. I think it'll be a good little boost and pick me up for for a lot of people in the county. Something positive for everybody to look forward to. Yeah, I can. Let me see. I could do one real fast because I know you got school tomorrow. So I'll do one real fast. Which one are you thinking? You think this fourth quarter? You want me to do the third quarter or the fourth quarter? I can't remember which quarter we did last time. Maybe try the third quarter today, maybe the fourth quarter another time. But the sound is not. Yeah. Stop, I'm recording this. I think we did this one. I think we did this one. Dang, I can't hear it. No, we might not have done this one. I can't hear it. No, it's okay. No, we might not have done this one. No, it's okay. Let me